Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Natalia Leigh. I am the managing editor and co-owner of Enchanted Ink Publishing, and I also write and publish spicy romance under the pen name Emberly Links. And this is yet another NaNoWriMo vlog. So I'm actually working on editing week one's vlog right back here. I just got all my footage loaded in, so I'm about to finish this second cup of coffee. It's 3 p.m. and I'm having another cup of coffee. I typically don't do this, so it's a little bit of a weird day. But I'm going to finish this coffee and get this footage edited so that I can upload it tomorrow. But welcome to week 2 of NaNoWriMo 2.0. If you want more information on NaNoWriMo Nano 2.0, definitely check out week 1's vlog. I will now have it linked down below. We are starting off pretty strong. As of yesterday, I was sitting at 11,958 words, which is just a little bit over where I needed to be to hit that, 1,667 word per day word count goal in order to write 50,000 words over the month of November. Today I did write this morning. I wrote for just under an hour, and I think I wrote like 1,572. I'm pretty sure that's how much I wrote. So I'm almost there. I need to write just like a sprinkle more in order to hit 1667. So we'll see if I end up doing that. But first and foremost, I do want to get this vlog edited. And this week, what is the goal for this week? I would love to be able to finish the first draft of my new book, book 3 in my Coven Crest Academy series, A Witch and Her Orc. That is what I am mostly focusing on for NaNoWriMo. However, I wanted it originally finished like very beginning of November, didn't quite achieve that. Then I wanted it finished this week, and I thought I was going to finish the book at 80K, but as of today it's sitting at about 81,000. And there is a lot more to do. It is not done yet. So this is going to probably be the longest book in my Coven Crest Academy series, or at the very least, the first draft is going to be the longest one. Typically though, in my revision passes, I add more content to my books. I don't think I have ever had a shorter word count on a second or third draft. I typically am always bulking up when I go back through. So if the first draft of this book ends up around 85 or 90,000 words, then we will see what ends up happening to it over the course of the revision process. But I would love to finish the book this week. Don't know if that's going to happen. At this point, it's just kind of, going with the flow, being patient, and seeing how many words this book really needs. So yeah, we're going to be, first and foremost, working on A Witch and Her Orc. And then if we do get that done, I would love to dive into the first draft of my Pirate Siren Romantasy, Spicy Romantasy. I have had that outline on my computer for months. I revisited it a few nights ago, and with that distance that I had from the outline, I was able to then go into those beats that were empty, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. And with those fresh eyes, I was able to fill in those empty beats. I was able to move things around a little bit. So I feel like I could probably jump into a rough draft because I have that entire outline done, and I started on the outline of the second book. So it's going to be a duet. We will have 2 books in this kind of, I don't know what I would call it. Like, it's going to be 2 types of sea creatures. I've already said that we have a siren in book 1. I'm not going to say yet what the sea creature is going to be for book 2, but I've already decided. I already have like the bones of an outline, and I am so excited about it. So once we finish A Witch and Her Orc, then and only then can I dive into the first draft of my Siren Pirate book. So welcome back. I'm very happy to have you here. We are going to, like I said, finish this cup of coffee, start working on editing together this vlog footage, and we will see if I end up writing any more tonight. If not, no worries. I am, right now, my writing process is kind of like, I will have low days where I don't hit that word count goal, and then I'll have big days where I go over. So I'm just kind of like riding the wave right now. And like I said, I already wrote almost 1,600 words today. So I'm not very concerned with making sure I get, another 100 or 200 words. But if I write, I will let you know. And if not, I'm just going to focus on this for now. So welcome back to another vlog, and I hope you enjoy it. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, November 12th. It is early evening, I think it's almost 4 o'clock, and I wanted to sit down and update you on my NaNoWriMo stuff. But first, chapstick. All right, so I don't think I have talked to you since Saturday. Maybe that was like Saturday morning or afternoon. Let me pull out my little Nano tracker here so I can let you know what I've been up to. I have written every day so far except for the 9th, which was Sunday. On Sunday, I had a really bad headache. That doesn't happen that often, but when it does, I definitely do not like being on the computer or in front of the TV or anything like that, so I did not write a single word on Sunday. I got a big 0 for that day, but on Saturday, before that, I wrote 1,572. On Monday and Tuesday, I had some big days because I'm kind of trying to catch up after that 0 day. So on Monday, I wrote 2,437. Yesterday on Tuesday, I wrote 2,017. And today on Wednesday, I'm sitting at just over 1,200 words. So I haven't quite hit the goal yet for today. Not sure if I'm going to write any more tonight. I might not. I feel like I've been doing a lot of computer time, and I should probably just leave it be for the night, step back, do some cleaning. I might exercise tonight, make some dinner, just, you know, kind of stay off the screen. But it is coming along really well. So at this point, I'm sitting at about just over 19,000 words written for Nano so far. And my book is at just over 86,000 words. I mean, this book is just getting bigger and bigger. And at this point, I know for sure it's gonna break into the 90,000 word territory. And originally, I think, or not originally I wanted this book finished at the beginning of November. That didn't happen. And then I kind of reassessed, and I think I wanted it finished yesterday on the 11th. That didn't happen, but I am getting closer and closer to having this first draft done. I am well into Act 3 and very, very close to breaking into Act 4. I think I only have 2 or 3 chapters left, including the one that I'm working on. So probably 3 chapters, including the one I'm working on, to finish up Act 3. Then we'll be breaking into Act 4. And Act 4 definitely has some big beats in there, but I think will go pretty fast at that point. But I do foresee this book being probably closer to 95,000 words, which is just crazy to me. I never thought Poppy and Eric's story would be this long. So color me surprised at how long this book is getting, but it is going very, very well. What else do I have to report? I also have a trilogy on sale this week. My Pureblood Daughter trilogy, which is the first romance trilogy that I wrote and published. It's the first series that I ever finished. So it was really a big series for me to put out there. That is on sale this week. Each of the books is 99 cents. It will be over by the time you're seeing this, but I am gonna post it in my community center, and I will be posting it on my Instagram account, both my Natalia Leigh and my Emberly Instagram accounts. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, that's a really good place to make sure that you are following me, because whenever I have some sort of sale that's running, that's where I post it, or I will post to my newsletter. And I have that link down below. So if you want to know when I have these big sales, and I have them pretty often, I'd say I have them every 1 to 2 months, and I kind of rotate through my series. If you want to know when those happen, make sure you're following me in my newsletter and or on Instagram so that you know about them. Also, if you are not following me on Instagram, or even if you are, honestly, then you probably didn't see that this week 2 author events that I will be attending were announced. And I'm going to sit down and do a whole video about the events that I am currently scheduled to attend as a signing author. There are 3. I have one coming up at the very beginning of December. That's going to be in Denver, Colorado. A very small, kind of local bookish market. So if you are in Denver or the surrounding areas, that might be one that you would be interested in attending. And then I'm also going to be attending an event at the end of May in Larkspur, Colorado. And then I am attending a big event in mid-September, September 17th through the 19th in San Diego. Crazy, San Diego. So just today I booked my hotel, and I am nervous and excited, and I have so much to figure out, but those will be later vlogs, kind of like prepping for my first author events. And the reason I'm not telling you all the details in this video is because I'm gonna have a whole video that goes into where I'm gonna be, how you can attend, what the dates are, that kind of stuff. So for now, just kind of alluding to it, those 2 events, 2 of the 3 have been announced on my Instagram. You can find me at Emberly Wyndham if you want to follow my spicy romance pen name, and Emberly is who is going to these events, by the way. I'm not taking my Natalia books, but I did make sure that these events were also cross-posted to my Natalia Leigh Instagram, which is at Natalia A. Leigh. So you can follow me at either or both of those to make sure that you're keeping up to date with any author events I'm doing. And it's pretty exciting because it wasn't that long ago that I sat down and told you how disappointed I was that I got waitlisted and not selected for a local event in the Springs, Colorado Springs area. And then after that, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go and sign up for some other events. And I did not think I was gonna get into those events, and I got into 3 of them. So very excited to sit down, do a whole video. That video will probably be coming out here in the next 1 or 2 weeks, because that one event is coming up at the beginning of December. So for anybody who's kind of local and in the area, I would like you to be able to know where that event is going to be held. So that video will be forthcoming. But for now, I think I am going to probably exercise. I'm feeling in the mood to exercise a bit. You know, I've been sitting at the desk a lot, not really having a lot of activity. So I want to move around, get the blood flowing, and then probably start dinner, do a little bit of tidying and cleaning around the house, and then probably just have a relaxing night. I don't think I'm gonna write anymore, but I don't write down my final word count for the day until it's the next day. That way, if for some reason I sit down and I'm like, oh, there's 100 words that I really just want to write, then I don't have to go back through and like scribble out how many words I wrote. But we are almost on track. Let me tell you what I'm supposed to be at today real quick before we finish up here. Since today is day 12, right? So I'm supposed to be at 20,000, just over 20,000, 20,004 words. So 20,000 words, and I'm sitting at just over 19. So I think I'm probably about 1,000 words behind, which again, I am not very concerned about. I do think with, you know, kind of like consistent 2,000, you know, days of writing 2,000 words a day, I will be able to make up for that 1,000 words relatively quickly. So not worried, at least at this point. We will see how I'm feeling in weeks 3 and 4, because that's when the pressure really starts to settle in. But yeah, just wanted to update you real quick. Again, today is Wednesday, day 12 of NaNoWriMo, and I'm gonna finish it up here, go do some other things, and I will touch base with you again very soon. happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, November 15th, which means it's officially time to wrap up my NaNoWriMo week 2 vlog. I didn't film quite as much this week, but I did make an effort to sit down and kind of update you along the way, which you would have already seen. But it was a very heavy work week. I finished up an editing project last week, and then this week I started 2 new ones. So I have been primarily focusing on EIP work and on my client work, but I have still been writing in the mornings, and we're going to kind of go over what the past week looked like. So last Saturday, I got 1,572 words, so just under that daily word count goal for NaNoWriMo. But then on Sunday, I think I mentioned this, I had a really bad headache on Sunday, and I really didn't want to be in front of the screens, so I had a big 0 day on Sunday. And then after that, I had a couple 2,000 word days, 1,300, another 2,000 word day, a 1,400. So I have written every day since Sunday, and my word count has just kind of gone up and down. And as of yesterday, I was sitting at 23,049 words, and I'm supposed to be at 23,338, so I'm just under 300 words behind. So I am really proud that I have been kind of keeping up with the goal, even if there are some days that I fall behind. I tend to then have a big day after that and catch up. And I think the explanation for that is that recently, this week especially, I've had to really return to my outline consistently. I am fully into Act 4 now. We are hopefully drawing close to the close of this book. And I say hopefully because it is over 90,000 words now. This book has just become so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. But we are in Act 4. We are drawing close to finishing this draft. But I have also, again, gone over the timeline that I had originally set for myself. So I wanted to be finished by like November 3rd, and then I can't remember. I want to say I wanted to then be finished by the 8th, and then the 11th, and now today is the 15th, and it's not quite done yet. But that's really not for lack of sitting down and working. It's just because of how long this book has gotten. My previous book, A Witch and Her Minotaur, which is book 2 in this series, that first draft was done at I think around 79 or 80,000 words. So I'm already, you know, 10K farther into this book than I was on the last one. So I would have been finished now, you know, days ago had that word count been smaller. But I am, like I said, drawing really close, and I am excited to be done with this first draft so that I can then dive in to my revisions. And as a reminder, this book is already up for pre-order. It comes out on February 3rd. It is the 3rd book in my Coven Crest Academy quartet. Each book is a standalone, but they're interconnected. The series follows 4 roommates at a witch's academy, so it is cozy fantasy romance with spice. And yeah, if you are interested in that, the first 2 books, A Witch and Her Dragon and A Witch and Her Minotaur, are available now. And this book that I'm working on, A Witch and Her Orc, like I said, comes out on February 3rd. So I am going to go ahead and wrap up the vlog for today, and then as soon as I stop this clip, I'm going to start filming a new one, and we're going to start my week 3 vlog. And somewhere along the way here, I will probably be also uploading that video I mentioned about my upcoming author events, because I do have 3 planned, and I want to let you know where I am going to be, which events I'm going to be attending. And if you happen to be in the area or are interested in attending those events, I want you to know about it so that you can come and say hello if you're interested. So thank you so much for following along on my week 2 NaNoWriMo vlog. We're still on track. Things are still going well. But also, once I finish this book, things are going to change a little bit, because then I will be working on something different. And that'll be fun too. I'm looking forward to having this draft done, because I've been working on it for like 2 months now. So again, thank you so much for being here. If you are participating in a November writing challenge, I hope it's going well. Again, let me know down below how your November is going. You guys were updating me on my previous vlog, and I loved that. Loved seeing all the different challenges that are going on right now. So please do so again. Let me know how the month is going for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!